Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to 6th, 7th and 8th channel of BYJU'S. I'm your teacher Ankita and I welcome you all in today's class. In today's class, we will be discussing about the chapter 2 of History class 8 from Trade to Territory. It's a very important chapter. So today is a part 1 of the chapter. We will be discussing part 2 in the another class. So I hope that all of you are ready for the class. If you're watching this video right now, welcome to the class. And if you're watching this video later, please make sure to stay with us till the end and watch this complete video. And if you're new here, do take a moment and hit that subscribe button. And please make sure to hit the like button also. So I hope that all of you are ready. Good evening everyone. Good evening. How are you all? Yes. Good evening everyone. In the previous session there was some internet issues, so we were just kind of fixing that. Now the issues is resolved. So I hope that all of you are ready. Unfortunately today we don't have Menti. I know that whenever we have our social science classes we usually have Menti. But unfortunately we don't have it today because it's a part 1. We will have it in the next part. Pakka Pinky promise from your teacher. So I need your support from here. Right? It's a very important chapter, so let's just focus on the learning part. Right, and we will be discussing and of course we'll have the quiz later. Yes everyone, quick thumbs up. Good evening, good evening. Can we have the chat over here? Yes, it's not there. Good evening everyone. Okay, so everyone, let's get started. It's a very important chapter. So I hope that all of you are ready. I can't see the chat right now. I can see that on the phone. So good evening everyone, all the best, right? Thank you so much everyone. It's a humble request to each one of you. See, I can see your messages. It's not that I'm ignoring any one of you. I'm not ignoring any one of you. If you have any doubts, please do write in the comment section. I will be answering your doubt only when we have the doubt board or only when we have completed a topic. In between, I would request you don't ask the doubts. You will say, ma'am, you're ignoring me, but I'm just teaching you. Okay? So let's get started, everyone, from Trade to Territory, Chapter 2. Right, it's part 1 of 2. Class is 8. See, it's class 8. Class 8. Okay? Okay. So everyone, this particular chapter, right, we have 4 subtopics. Now I have hidden the topic's name, right? So we have divided this class into 4 topics. Now we'll be discussing topic 1 and topic 2 today. And of course, we'll be understanding topic 3 and 4 later part. So here, we'll be starting with the arrival of the East India Company to India. So I hope that everyone, all of you are ready for the story. All of you are ready for the story. Give me a quick thumbs up and please make sure you quickly hit the like button. I'll not be asking you during the session. I might ask you, but everyone, please make sure you hit the like button. Yes, you will be telling me, ma'am, like target is not yet there. So please make sure you hit the like button for the video, everyone. Yes, I can see so many of you are here in the class. 93 of you, everyone, quickly hit the like button. I just hit the like button. Yes, very good, very good. We should have at least 90 likes, right? Come on. What are we waiting for? That's very good. If you have done this chapter, everyone, that's super interesting. And you can help your friends and you can help me throughout the class. Very good. So, let's discuss, everyone, right, this basic things, right? Now it's a story time. I want all of you to stop typing, right? And please make sure you pay attention. So everyone, in the year, right, after the death of Aurangzeb, right, he was the last very powerful ruler of Mughal Empire. And after that, we saw the drastic collapse of the Mughal Empire, right? And at that particular time, we saw the rise of the East India Company. Okay, I'm just telling you a story. We'll be discussing the facts, but I want all of you to focus over here. Okay? So that had happened during the time of 1707 after the death of the Aurangzeb, right? And he was a very strong ruler from the Mughal Empire. As we are saying that, after his death, we saw the decline, right? Then, of course, one of the other important ruler from the Mughal Empire was the Bahadur Shah Zafar, right? So, in the 1857, when there was a rebel happening throughout the country, people still consider Bahadur Shah Zafar as the king of the nation, right? And they looked up to him. But by that time, Britishers had a good hold, right? And what they did? They actually asked Bahadur Shah Zafar to go to a different country, and unfortunately, he lost both of his sons, all his sons during that whole period where the Britishers are forcing them to leave the country. Everyone, are we clear? So this is what we have, the scenario, okay? This is what we have over here. We will be discussing later. Yes. Everyone, Aishwarya ma'am is here. Ma'am is saying bye. Bye. Ma'am is saying bye to you also. दोबारा हाँ समझाऊंगी दोबारा. Okay, bye. Yes. Yes, I'm repeating again. अरे इसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है जो समझ में हमें नहीं आए. So it's a very easy story, right? Okay. Just imagine, everyone, we are in a period, right? We are living in our country, and during the time of 17th century, later part that also, around the year 1707, we saw the death of the Aurangzeb, right? And he was a very powerful Mughal empire, right? He was a very strong king. After his death, what happened? Of course, there was a decline of the power, right? The Mughals are losing their power, and of course, before that only, there was an entry of the Britishers and the East India Company, and they're getting more and more stronger. So during that particular time, of course, they grew really very strong. And then we have heard about Mangal Pandey, right? The rebel, the first rebel which started against the Britishers. During that time, Bahadur Shah Zafar was a Mughal empire, right? And people looked up to him to take the stand. But unfortunately, he was short of power and he was asked to leave the country. So this was a scenario. Let's understand, everyone, that how this happened. Why our country were there at this particular position. So we'll be starting, everyone. So this was just a very small brief introduction. We'll be going into detail. So everyone, let's start with the two important terms that we have from the chapter topic itself. What is trade? What is trade? The act of buying and selling the goods and services. We trade around, right? Of course, we have a lot of trades around the world, and of course, trade is a very common word. So I'm sure you're aware about the meaning of the word trade. What is trade? It's nothing but the act of buying and selling goods and the services. What is territory? Is an area under a ruler. This is, if I'm standing over here, this is my territory. This is my table. This is my territory. So, a territory and the trade. So, in this particular chapter, we will be understanding that how Britishers, right, who came as a trader to our country saying we will do only the trade, how they started conquering our country, invading our country, and calling themselves as the king of our country. So everyone, are you clear that what we'll be discussing in today's class? Yes? I'm sorry, I'll not be able to speak in Hindi throughout the class, right? Yes? So please don't spam of Hindi. I'm really sorry, I'll not be able to teach you in Hindi. Here and there, maybe I'll use some words for a better understanding. But we will be focusing on the English because you will be writing your examination in English. So we want you to get, accustomed to it and you start thinking in English. I know sometimes it's difficult, but I'm telling you, it's a very small step that we can take, right? And we all are in a class. I can repeat the topic again and again so that you understand. I'll not be speaking very fastly so that you understand what I'm trying to say. Clear? Yes, very good, everyone. Thank you so much for the cooperation. Yes, I do remember you. Yes. Okay. Now, let's get started, everyone. So, we know that the East India Company came to our country, right? And then let's understand that from the trading, how they become the power, how they become the rulers. And of course, unfortunately, they have ruled our country for a very long time. So, we'll be understanding that. So, let's take a look back at the history, everyone. Now, I want all of you, right? I want all of you to pay attention to the class. See, what we have just discussed now, it's really very easy. So, I'm speaking really very slowly. I want all of you to focus in the class. Please stop typing. It is a little bit distracting when you keep on typing, right? So, don't do that. And let's just stay focused. So, now in the 16th century, right, in the 1600, the East India Company, which was a company, right? And of course, we have a lot of companies in our country also. It was a company, right? So basically, they got a grant. So basically, the Queen of England, Elizabeth I, told them, yeah, you have a right. Now I'm telling you, you go out for the trade. So basically, the Queen gave them a permission to go out to East and do the trading. So they were really very happy. Wow, right? The East India Company was really very happy. Yay, we can go to different country and we can do the trading. So they got the power from the Queen. That means that apart from that particular company, no other company can go and trade. So they were a little bit ahead. That's a very good thing that they have. So they were really very happy. They got a charter. Now what is the meaning of charter? A written grant. Everyone, you can note this down. What was the charter? It is nothing but a written grant or a written permission, we can say, right? Given by the power of the country. So, of course, Queen was the highest, right? Right? So, what she did? She gave the power to the East India Company so that they can go and have the trade. Everyone, are you clear? Yes? The screen is blurred. You can refresh your page. I think it's perfectly fine from our side, right? Just you can refresh your page, change the setting. Yes, very good, Tanishka. Tejasvi, thank you for helping your friends out over here. Yes. No, right? It's perfect. Okay. Okay. See, just in case if it's blur, what you can do, you can change the setting of your, of your device, and it'll be perfectly fine. So everyone, we are clear with this, right? And they gave them the, you're entitled to go to East and do the trade, and no other country will be coming. So that's how. Yes, and that's interesting question that why the Queen gave the power to East India Company, because at that time I'm sure they had more power. Yes, they have more money, and they must have given the money to the Queen also. They must have provided services to the Queen also to gain that to gain that charter. Britishers got, not the Britishers, the East India Company got a permission, a written grant from the Queen that you can go to the eastern countries and you can do the trade. Okay, for example, your principal will be writing, okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you can go to the school function. Only you can go to the another school annual day function. You have that permission with you. Okay, how many of you have gotten the permission from your principal? Tell me. For example, you're going to some other school for sports day, right? Yes, I'm sure you would have gotten the permission. The names will be written properly, yeah, and it's not that, with you, your friends and your whole class can go. That's not the case, right? Because it's a written permission. So similarly, the East India Company got a permission from the Queen. Many of you are asking, ma'am, why they got? Of course, they were very much, East India Company had a lot of money, they were really, very powerful. That's why they got. Again, the question on why only East trades, because at that particular time, the European countries were exploring new trades, right? They were exploring places so that they can have trade. So one of them, then they were actually starting, they came till Africa, and then of course we know that Vasco da Gama came to India. So long back history says that of course for the trade we saw the movement happening all around the world. Okay, yeah, they just realized that we have so much of wealth, that's why they came here. Just to put your answer really very easily. Sweetie will not be discussing Anglo-Sikh War today in today's class, maybe later. Okay, so let's understand everyone that how they came. So once they got the permission from the Queen Elizabeth I, they started going to different places, right? They started looking for the land. See, initially they don't have GPS. They were just going out, they were just looking. They will be traveling for days altogether in search of the land, right? So, they saw various routes. We see from here, we can see the British Island. From there, of course, many of them came to the Cape of the Good Hope in Africa. And then, of course, eventually, we saw that Vasco da Gama came to the Goa, right? So, of course, not sorry, Goa, but they are the one, of course, Vasco da Gama came to our country. So, we understand that there was a race. Oh, you know what? They have realized there's a lot of wealth in the eastern countries and they want to take that wealth, they want to really do the trade so that they can become rich. They started forming the different routes, they started finding ways to have that trade. Everyone, are we clear up to here? Yes, yeah, Vasco da Gama came to Kerala, yes. I'm not ignoring any one of you. If you're answering valid questions, if you're answering the question that we'll be discussing now, I'm answering. And sweetie, I answered your question. Yes. So their venture means they started moving. With the determination, they move fast. Yes. Good. Very good, everyone. Very good. Welcome to the class. Industrial Revolution, we'll discuss it. We will not be discussing Industrial Revolution now. That will be coming to a later part. Yes, then we will discuss that later. We can say that Industrial Revolution, not directly, but definitely it has a connection with the trade and the movement. Yes, East India Company, okay? That Eagle ka funda, you have to ask them that why they can't come from, why they didn't came from the land. If you look at the map, right, you will see that European definitely was connected to the other parts, Afghanistan, later part, the Europe and till over there. Maybe they have found the ocean was an easy way to move around. Yes, very good. So everyone, we are clear up to here, right? Now let's move ahead and let's just discuss about that. Why did the East India Company came to the East? Now this is a question many of you are asking, right? How many of you are asking, ma'am, why they came to our country only? Yes? Yes, everyone, many of you are asking, right, ma'am, why they came to our country? Here we have. So they came to our country because they realized that we have a lot of wealth. So slowly what happens? Of course, we know that before that also, before the invasion of the Britishers, we have various invaders, right? We had various invaders from, from the Afghanistan side, from China side also. We have a lot of invasion in our country happening, right? And they're coming for the gold, they're coming for the wealth, right? So of course, it's not that the world is not aware about it, that India is rich. So that's why they realize that there are a lot of good things that we have in our country, a lot of spices, a lot of cotton, silk, gold. So of course, India becomes their destination, right? And it's not just the Britishers who were trying or the England who were trying to get over here. Various other countries were also trying to come to our country for the trades. So that's how it started, right? So we know that Vasco da Gama, he was a Portuguese explorer. He came to our country in the year 1498. Very, very important thing, everyone. He came to our country in the year 1498. After that, of course, we have Dutch is also coming, French is also coming. So a lot of people came after that also. And that's how we know that the East, our country, was very good potential place for the traders. Everyone, are we clear? Yes, very good, very good. Everyone, are we clear? Yes, Portuguese also came. Absolutely correct. Vasco da Gama was from Portuguese. Territory means the area. Tejasvi, it means the area. Ma'am, why the South Indian? South India, I didn't get that part. Well, not much as impacted as it did. Tanmay, it's just that we maybe we are not that aware about it. It does that. It do have the impact. Yes, ma'am. Did the Dutch attack together with EC and Portugal? Is it? We will be discussing that later part. Right? Hasna, we will be discussing that later. Ma'am, who came on 1498? Vasco da Gama. Okay? Yes. So, of course, they came. And over here, everyone, there's a very important word that we have in our textbook. So, I want all of you to pay attention to that. And that is the mercantile. Okay? So, mercantile. I'm sure we have heard about merchant word, right? So, it's nothing but a business enterprise that makes profit. So basically a business setup, right, or a business trade which is happening, in which what is happening, that people are buying goods for less price and selling them at a higher price, right? That is called as mercantile. Okay, this is very, very important. 1 marks question can be asked, so please do remember this. It's given in our textbook also, right? In the side there's a box, they have mentioned this. So please make sure everyone you remember this. Okay? Yes? Clear, everyone? Tanmay we will be discussing that part also, but you have to wait for it. Again, I don't want to break the flow. Yes, very good. Good. Okay. So now everyone, we are clear that, our country was definitely attracting lot of traders because, of course, we have fine cotton, fine silk, jewelry, wealth, etc. And East India Company came to our country, okay? And they got a permission from the Queen Elizabeth I. Now everyone, let's discuss that what was happening. Now, it's not that the East India Company was all alone, as we have just now discussed, that there were so many other countries who were racing towards India, right? They were racing towards, because they knew that they had lot of opportunity here. So what happened? Along with the Britishers, we have the entry of France, French people, Dutch people, Portuguese people, and the permission from the king, right, does not, it actually can't stop the other countries from coming to the country. So of course, various European powers started coming to our country. They were looking for cotton, silk, spices. Of course, we are famous for that. And then of course, there was a competition. There was an era of the competition. Why? Because everyone wants to buy the goods, right? For example, if you have 20 chocolates with you and you know that, right, that the quality of these chocolates is super amazing. All of your friends wants to take one chocolate, right? So they want to rush. The first one who will be here, they will be able to take more chocolates, right? Similarly, all of these countries were rushing towards a country and were trying to capture more trade as possible because there was a competition, right? So, what they started doing? They started purchasing. Now, what happened during that time? When, of course, when we have a small amount of resources, the price usually rises, right? We all know that. For example, if you have let's suppose if you have 10 chocolates, right? And if you have 30 people, right? And if you say that, you know what, one chocolate price is 50 rupees. People are willing to pay that because they understand that it's a quality thing, right? It's in a very small quantity and the buyers are huge in number. So the price was moving ahead, but of course there was a lot of battling happening. A lot of fight were happening between these. Now, in that particular time, yeah, we got a little bit benefit from them, right? Traders were very happy. Indian people were very happy because they're getting more and more money. But, yeah, definitely these countries were fighting. They will be destroying their ship. They will be, if the ship is loaded, they will be putting the bomb over there. So maybe all the things will just go into the sea. They'll be fighting, right? So what happens? The European traders starting eliminating their competition. Yes, they started eliminating the competitions and this lead to the conflict with the local rulers of India too. So they are fighting among themselves and they're fighting with their local rulers also. So everyone, are we clear over here? Clear up to here, all of you. See, as I told you, everyone, I'll not be able to focus in the chat. I want all of you to focus over here. Yes. Why they are allowed to enter India by rulers? Yeah, because see, again at that particular time, right, the kings will be getting gifts from these people, right? Yeah, they'll be coming, oh, you know what, we have this beautiful diamond from that particular country. Oh, we have beautiful horse from that particular country. Oh, you know what, I got you the beautiful throne that is made from gold. So what happens, when you give the gift at that particular time, they'll allow you to do some trade, some business here and there. That was a beginning and that's how the invaders entered our country and some of them were very harsh. At least East India Company, they came with the planning of trading only at the beginning and initially they were very good to our people. But later part we saw their true colors. Because it was the first, she was the first queen, right? Like in that particular name. There were other queens before that, her name was Elizabeth I. Please ask your doubt. Yes, everyone, please ask your doubt. What conflict happened between the traders? Of course, the traders was also like, are we increasing the price or who are you selling to? The Britishers are also fighting with the traders now, right? They're fighting among themselves with different countries. They're fighting with the traders also. Oh, you give us the money, right? You give us in this price. That's also. Okay. Priyanshi, that is nothing but, buying the goods for a less price and selling in the market for a higher price. Okay. Ma'am, what if East India Company or European companies never came to a country? Nandini, that's a hypothetical question. Lot can happen. I can talk about for hours, but that's not what we're discussing in today's class. Okay, very good, everyone. Yes, they give the yes, Kushank, absolutely correct. Is not born in India, then why? That's a question, Naga Lakshmi. You can think about it. Why they call it as East India Company? Think about it, everyone. How we got our name India also. Think about it. Yes. Very good. Very good, everyone. So, everyone, are we clear up to here? You went to the you went to the revolution and you are talking about the freedom fighter. We will be learning that, but let's just move step by step. Okay. So here we are clear that the Britishers, the East India Company, came to our country. They got the grant, they got the permission from the Queen Elizabeth I to do the trade in the eastern part of the world, and they came to our country knowing that we have good services, or we have good products to offer, like cotton, silk, gold, etc. Not just the Britishers, the England, right? The other countries also came to our country, and they started competing against that who will take what resources. That definitely have increased the conflict between the countries, and intense. Many of you are asking, what is the meaning of intense? Intense means very strong conflict between the local rulers of India also. Now everyone, see again, there are 2 points. Everyone wants to have these traders. Oh, you trade with us so that our state will have more money. Secondly, of course, they are fighting with amongst the traders also, because, right, they want to sell their goods, so they want all the buyers by themselves. Everyone, are we clear? There is no any name for such conflicts which are mentioned, but yeah, these are the things that we have. Clear, everyone? Quick thumbs up, everyone, quick thumbs up. See, it's a very easy topic. I want all of you to move a little bit quick. Yes, clear? Good, very good, everyone. So let's move ahead from here, right? And they were just fighting among themselves. Now let's understand what happened. Yes, let's understand, everyone, what happened. Okay, I can see that many of you are asking me to, explain you again. So, let's just go back, everyone. I want you to understand this. I don't know why. Yes, so now I want all of you to drop your, right? We cannot actually stop the chat. I would request all of you to stop typing for some time. Right, and if you pay attention, I'll be able to answer all of your doubts. Okay? So we are talking about the second chapter, which is trade to the territory, right? And we are discussing that how the trade and territory are kind of interconnected. So we are discussing about the East India Company, which came to our country for the trade, and eventually they ruled us for a very long time. So in the beginning, of course, we are talking about that in the 1600, right? The Queen gave the permission to East India Company, which was a small company, not a very small, it was a big company, right? And the Queen gives the permission to the East India Company to go out and trade. Basically, they can go out from the country and trade with the other countries. No other company from the England can go out and trade. So that was a power they got. Everyone, are we clear with this? Yes, everyone, are we clear with this? I can see many of you spamming. I will wait to answer your question. Everyone, I'm just going really very slow, and I want to see a yes or a smiley now, because I'm not looking at the doubts as of now. I'm revising the whole concept. So I want all of you to focus over here. Yes, I'll not be taking any doubts now. You have to wait for some time. Good. Okay. So we are clear up to here. Now, as the East India Company got the permission, right, from the Queen Elizabeth I to go out and trade, they're really very happy. They're looking, they're finding the routes, and along with them, there are other countries also who are trying to come to our country. Amongst that, we have England for sure, then we have Dutch, we have Portugal, we have France, right? All of these countries were looking to trade with us, and they found the route also. So once they came to our country, they realized that, wow, we have so much of treasure, right? We have amazing quality of silk, cotton, we have amazing spices, right? And of course, we have a very rich country, and that our country was used to called as the Sone ki Chidi also, right? I'm sure you all have heard about that. So they came to our country, they were willing to do the trade. The intention was that they will buy the stuff from us at a very lower price and they will sell that good in their own country. That was the idea. That's how the trade worked at that particular time. They came to our country thinking that, we will buy something from India. We will take that good in our country and we will say, what? Oh, I got it from India, and they will sell in a higher price. Everyone, you tell me. I'm sure if you go, let's suppose you're going for a vacation, right? And you're going, let's suppose, any town. I'm just saying, from town A, you're moving to town B, right? So what do? And if you find something really very cheap over there, right, you want to take it in bulk. I will go and I will sell it to my friends. No, sell it to my friends. Like basically, you know what? If I can take it in bulk, I can say that, this is very cheap. And maybe if someone needs, I can take some more money from them. That's how the trade works. So they were really very happy with the quality that we have at that particular time. And now also we have a good quality of products. So everyone, are we clear? Are we clear? Yes, absolutely. Everyone, are we clear? Quick thumbs up, quick thumbs up. Hasna, please don't spam. Please don't spam. Okay, clear. Yes, you will take laddus. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, everyone, are we clear up to here, right? Okay. Now, there are two things that I want to answer over here. First thing, it's not that no other countries came and invaded us. Before that also various world leaders, I would say, various kings from all over the world came and invaded us. They took the power, right? They ruled our country, right? They were not originally from our country, but they came from outside and they ruled us. Okay, now I can see a lot of lag. Okay. Everyone, is it fine now? I think it will be there for just, it could be that it is there for just for some time. Yeah, don't worry. Okay. So, we are clear with this, right? Now. So, now let's understand everyone that once of course, when they have the Britishers or the England people came to our country, the other countries are also coming, right? They're also saying, oh, you know what, we also want to trade. So they're also coming. We have other countries who are coming, and of course, as we have more and more traders, they have a lot of competition now. Now they are fighting among themselves. You know what? We will not be giving you the goods. They are fighting among themselves, and of course, because of that, the rulers are also fighting. The local kings, right, where the trade is happening, they're like, you know what? These are giving us good money. Why are you fighting? Oh, we want to buy from this. Lot of chaos was there at that particular time. Now, everyone, are we clear up to here? It's a very small thing. Nothing big we are discussing. It's a very small thing. Ma'am, who was the first came in India for trade? This goes back long ago. See, trading is not just, this is the trading that we are looking over here. So, you will be learning about the Silk Route in the higher classes, right? And the trading is happening since long time ago. India has been in the Silk Route for a longest time. From Europe, China, India was definitely a part of that. It's not the first time the traders are coming to our country. Yes, Kunda, I have answered your question. Yes, I've answered your question. Ma'am, why they stole Kohinoor? That is something that we'll be discussing in some other class. Okay. Pahul Preet, ma'am, when they stole... Again, it's not that they kind of stole. They say that, again, there are a lot of theories and a lot of histories. We'll be discussing later. It was a gift, it went there, etc. Ma'am, are the ICSE? I didn't get. This is East India Company. Okay? So, Kushang, please change your question. I didn't get your part. In which place Britisher trade? So, Tejasvi, initially, of course, they were trading in Calcutta, and then they spread from there, right? They made their first factory over there in Bengal, and from there they started the expansion. Okay, everyone, are we clear? Suchi, I think it's not the question that we have over here. Yes. Okay, I've answered your question, everyone. Are we clear? Okay, very good, everyone. Okay, now let's move ahead, everyone. So this was a time, and they were fighting among themselves, and we discussed that how they were destroying the ship, and they were doing all so that they can do to stop the trade of the other country. Now, everyone, we will be looking at that what happened in Bengal that changed the whole history, right? So, of course, we will be discussing about the famous battles, right? We will be discussing that who was the ruler at that particular time. We will be discussing that what was the condition of our country and at that particular place, right? Let's understand that what made, excuse me, let's understand that what made the East India Company strong, even though they were in a foreign land, right? What are the tactics they used, how they took control of the power in various regions. I hope that everyone, you're clear with this. Yes. Everyone, are we clear? See again, everyone, you have to read the textbook. Whatever we are discussing in class, right, we are going really very slowly, right? We are not rushing. I'm telling you the topics again and again, right? If you read your textbook once, it will be all sorted. And a just suggestion from my side, when you come into the class, right, you please come prepared. Read your textbook and then come. Crazy, thorough, ma'am, Vasco da Gama discovered India in 1498. Ma'am, are the East India Company stronger than the Indian rulers? Kushank, matlab, they were not that strong at that particular time. But I think due to the circumstances, they become stronger. Initially, they were not that strong, okay? Yes, very good. Good, everyone. So, I'm sure you have studied during the Mughal Empire, right? The Britishers came to our country. Very good, everyone. Chalo, let's move ahead, everyone. Now, we're moving to the topic 2, and that will be the last topic that we'll be discussing in today's class. We discussed the topic 1, where we discuss about the arrival of the East India Company. And now we'll be moving ahead to the beginning of the trade in Bengal by the East India Company and the other consequences of it. So, everyone, again, a very strong, super sweet story time. So, what happened? The East India Company, right? They established their factory in the Bengal in Hubli. Remember the name? Hooghly. In the 1651. So the 1651, before that they used to come to our country. They were doing, right, they were doing trade. But over here, right, by the time in 1851, they came to our country and then they started the trade very strongly and they built their first factory. After the first factory was built, right, you know what? They actually requested the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to give them a free duty permit. Basically, they requested the Aurangzeb to give them a farman so that other people can listen to him, kind of a permission only, that they can trade without paying any extra money. They have a right to duty free, basically right to trade duty free. They don't have to pay any taxes per se. Right, everyone, are we clear? Hasna, you're spamming a lot. Tejasvi, thank you for helping your friends out over here. Clear, right? So this is clear. So farman is nothing but a kind of a permission grant, the charter that we have. Farman is kind of a, it's kind of a message from the king, right? That goes to the public. And of course, in that, Aurangzeb said that, the company can trade without giving the taxes, duty free, they can aram se trade. Okay? Then of course what happened? They were really very happy. You know what they did? They never gave the money. And apart from that, they were trading privately also. Of course, on the big picture they are trading. But apart from that, secretly they were trading and they were gaining more and more money. And they were not giving any money to the Bengal government, right? The king that were there in the Bengal. So what happened? The state, the Nawabs of Bengals were really very angry. Why? Because they're losing their trade, they're losing the money and they're losing the opportunity to trade. now that the East India Company is there in the West Bengal, right, in Bengal, they are directly trading. So they are not allowing the other people to trade, and they're not paying the taxes also. Yes, they're kind of cheating. So, of course, the Nawabs of Bengal felt that, they are losing so much money. They're losing so much revenue. Okay? Everyone, are we clear? The second point is just saying that, so they got the permission from the Aurangzeb, right? Farman is nothing but, a kind of a grant, kind of a permission, kind of a message that goes out to public, that it's been given by the king. The king has given the permission. Clear? Everyone, are we clear? Yes. Right? Third points talk about they continuously keep on hiding what they are doing, right? They continuously keep on learning, trading more and more, earning more and more money from the country, and not giving any tax. And the last point talks about the Nawabs of Bengal was very angry because they were losing a lot of revenue. Okay? Very good. Yes, how did Aurangzeb give up? Because they pursued him, they gave him gifts, they gave him, oh, you are a very good king. See, ultimately what happened, actually we don't know, right? But what the history says that they pursued him by giving gifts, right? By showing them that, they are very good, they're very good people, they're just here for the trades, they don't want anything else. Clear? Yes, the royal order, absolutely correct. Yes. Yeah. Again, it was that, they gave them a gift. It's kind of a favor. For example, if you become the monitor of your class, right? If you are the monitor of your class and you would allow your friend, right, to talk some here and there in between during the class when the teacher is not there, right? Because he's your friend. He must have helped you somewhere and he must have given you gifts, etc., etc. Similarly, there was this particular thing. Okay, so Aurangzeb was... At that particular time, they must have pursued him a lot, right? Requested him a lot. Oh, we'll give you this, just give us this permission. That's what happened. Everyone, a question for all of us. When was the first factory set up in British, by the British India Company in Bengal happened? Nawab means the royals, right? That particular time, the kings, the ruler were called as Nawab. Tejasvi. Meaning of the royal order means the order which is coming from the king. Very good, everyone. The correct answer over here is 1651. 1651 May, we saw the first establishment of the first factory set up by the British East India Company. Very good, everyone. So we are clear up to here that they came to our country. They took the permission from the Aurangzeb also. They were not giving the taxes at that particular time. They were just trading duty free. They're not giving the money also, right? And the Nawabs of Bengal are really very sad and angry. Now let's see what happened after that. Now everyone, can you see this image? Yes? Can you see this image, everyone? Right, we can see this image and we can see that there are two people we can see, right? There are two sides, right? Of course, we will be discussing about a lot of battles now. Over here we can see that there's a battle, not exactly the battle happening, but there are two sides of the party. So everyone, will be discussing about a very famous battle, very known battle which is really very important. I'm sure that all of you have heard about this battle. This is the Battle of Plassey, which happened in the year 1757. Sorry, 1757. Okay? It has two sides of it. There was a fight between the East India Company and the Nawabs of Bengal. And East India Company eventually won that particular war. Let's understand the scenario that was there in Bengal. Everyone, are we clear? Are we clear up to here? So Britishers came to our country, right? Britishers came to our country. They requested the king, the ruler at that particular time, to give them a chance to trade, right? But they said that we will not be paying we want to trade with duty free. We don't want to pay more taxes to you. He said, okay, yeah, you do the trade. But the Nawabs of Bengal, the kings and the rulers of Bengal were not very happy because they're losing revenue, they're losing the money. So after that, we will see a battle which is happening in the 1757, right? And let's understand who won that battle. It's there on the screen, but yeah, let's understand. So here everyone, it's a story time again for all of us. So in our country we have rulers, we have kings, right? They're very rich people, okay? So during the 18th century, right, Bengal has different ruler altogether. We had Murshid Qali Khan, we have Ali Waradil Khan, we have Siraj Ulada, right? These are some of the rulers of the Nawabs at that particular time in Bengal. Please remember their name, okay? Please remember their name. It's there in our textbook. We just have to remember all of their names. So they were the Nawabs, right? And what happened? They realized that after the death of the Aurangzeb, they realized that they realized that they're losing a lot of money. And after the death, of course, then they don't have the power, right? The Farman is not in the action. So they got an opportunity and they said, you know what? Britishers, East India Company, you should go now, right? They refused to give the company the concession. They said, you have to pay the taxes now. You have to pay the taxes. You have to, you have to trade according to us. You cannot trade according to your rules now. So they demanded the trade. They wanted the money from the trade. They denied it any right to mint coins, right? And of course, they stopped it from extending their power. Over here everyone, it's nothing but, they started building the forts, they started building their factories, so they were against that. Clear? Clear everyone? Come on. Everyone, are we clear? Siraj Ud-Ullah. I think that's a correct pronunciation. Dwalla. Okay. He was a ruler. Okay. Very good. So these things were happening. Now the British, of course, they are ready to fight, right? Now the Nawabs of Bengal have some power. There's like, you know what? We want the East India Company to leave our country, right? When now the East India Company is saying, you know what? We are doing good for you only. You are not that good. We gave you trade, we gave the money. But they blame the officials, right, to destroy the trades. They were saying to the Nawabs that you are the one who are ruining the trades. We are doing good. And they were not ready to step back. They wanted to build their territory. They wanted to build their trade. So then they came to a conclusion that, you know what, we are not moving back. Okay? Everyone, are we clear? You can take a screenshot of these 2 points. Super important point that what was the reaction to the oppose of the Nawabs of Bengal by the Britishers or the East India Company. Why? Again, Jeet, you can go back. We have answered this question. Aditi, yes, please ask your doubt now. Yes. Jeet, I would request you to go back into the session. We have answered that question. You were there earlier also, so I'm sure you would have heard that. Yes, anyone? Aditi, you're writing your doubts? Anyone else? Please write your doubts. I'm taking your doubts now. Yes, you will be getting the notes on the Telegram. After the class, I'll share the notes on the Telegram. You can access them or you will have it with you on Tuesday. How to subscribe, bache, on the video, right? You'll be able to see the red color button, subscribe. If you click on that, you will be able to subscribe. Chatter is nothing but a permission, bache. So, chatter at that particular time, that word is used as a written permission given to from a higher authority to someone. Tejasvi, we have answered this question that why they came to our country. Lakshmi Priya, he was a Nawab of the West Bengal. Yes. Who were the rulers in this? All of these three, right? In the previous, we have seen. Yes. They are not the kings. Then how? I didn't get, Isha, your point. Ma'am, now in this moment, Farman get unframed. Because see, of course, when the king is not there, and of course, after the Aurangzeb, we saw the decline of the Mughal Empire, they were not that strong. So then now the different people have started opposing this. Yes, Kunda, I have answered your question. What areas did they rule? The areas of Bengal. Ilaichi. Tejasvi, that means Ilaichi. Not ignoring you, Aditya. I will be explaining again, Aditya. Dinesh, you have to wait for some time, bache. Yes. Aditi, I'm not sure whether we'll be able to answer this question. Right? That's out of the context of the class, so I'll not be answering that question. Puppet, basically someone who can, who you can control easily. So of course, I'm sure you would have seen a lot of puppet dance here and there. But when we use the word puppet, oh, he's just a puppet. So basically, you can control that person. So Britishers, yeah, we will be learning that in the later part of the classes. Yes. No, NCRT is good enough for history. Okay. Everyone coming back. Okay. Coming back to, I think that now all of your doubts are cleared. So coming back now, let's understand what was the situation now. So Britishers, East India Company is also saying, you know what, you are not good traders, we gave you so much money, we got so much of trade to your state, and why you're saying no to us? Nawabs of Bengal were opposing it. So what we saw there's two different sides now. Okay, two different sides now. And the Nawabs of Bengal did not agree that East India Company demand as meant loss of the revenue. So they knew that because of East India Company only, they had suffered a heavy loss in the revenue. They wanted some money from the East India Company, right? East India Company said, oh, no, we will not give you money. We got you the business. So because this conversation was happening, what happened? During that time, we saw that Ali Vardi Khan, right? He died in the year 1756, right? He died in the year 1756, and then we have Sirajuddin, right, who became the main Nawab of the revenge. So he, right, what he did, he actually, with his 30,000 soldiers, right, attacked the English factory which was there. Right, and again, remember, they attacked the factory where, I'm just writing over here, they attacked the factory at Kashim Bazaar. Okay, they attacked the factory at the Kashim Bazaar. They captured the East India Company officials, they took their weapons, and of course, they put them in the warehouses. So they were in the charge, they attacked them, right, and of course, they were winning at that particular point. Everyone, are we clear? Yes? Everyone, are we clear? Yes? And then from there, he started moving and saying that, now I have, right, the power. Then, but, yeah. Can we take care of this? Yeah. Okay, very good, everyone, very good. So now we are clear that there was a constant discussion and constant disagreement between the East India Company and the Nawabs of Bengal, right? And that actually lead to the war that we'll be discussing now. So what happened? Sirajuddin, right? He got the power. And now he, along with a member of 30,000 of his people, right, came and they attacked the factory which was established by the East India Company in the Kashim Bazaar, right? And they captured the official, they took their weapons, they took their arms, and they put them in the warehouse. Clear? That was happening. Now, what happened? During the same time, Britishers were there at different places altogether. So, there was a very, very strong person who was sitting there in Madras, right? Right, who was sitting there in Madras. Yes, so what happened? We can see that During that particular time, Robert, this is very important name everyone, do remember this, Robert Clive, remember this, see live, okay, just remember that name, right, came from Madras to Kolkata, right, and in the year 1754, he led an army, he led a naval army, right, and he came, and of course there was a battle of the Plassey, and of course in that particular battle East India Company won. Everyone clear? Everyone, are we clear with this? Quick thumbs up. Are we clear? Clear? Yes, he was a Governor General. Yes. He was a command, right? He was there in the command. So, of course, he came with his full force. And, of course, the Battle of Plassey was fought between two people, right? Two different altogether. Right? We have the Nawabs of Bengal and the East India Company. East India Company won the battle. Right? And, of course, that was the first major victory. And, of course, the reason, again, it's a 1 marks question. What was the reason for the, defeat? The reason for the defeat was that we have Mir Jafar. He was another Nawab in West Bengal, right? So, Robert helped him, saying that, you know what? If you help me, you will be the next Nawab of the West Bengal. And he betrayed his own people. Clear? Yes? Very good, everyone. Yes, very good, very good. So, Siranuddin was betrayed by the Mir Jafar. Now Britishers were very clear that they want to rule the country. At this particular time, they were not very inclined towards the ruling. But they knew in that how they can take the advantage of the people. So, they said to the Mir Jafar that, if you help us, you will be the next Nawab. Clear? Yes, very good. So, everyone, what we'll be doing now, we have the clarity that what happened. Yes. Everyone, I think there's a lot of lag. Everyone, I hope that things are fine now. Yes, all of you, I hope that things are fine. Very good, very good. Okay. Good, everyone. Good. So now let's see, everyone, what happened when what happened after the battle. So the company was very clear that they don't want to rule, right? So what they did, they made someone else, the new Nawab, and they wanted to control them. There should be a person at the top who can help them, right? Who will not be asking any questions, who can ask them, who will allow them to trade freely, who is not asking to give them any taxes. That was the condition. So, that particular time, what happened, we have Mir Jafar, who was now the Nawab of the Bengal, right? Then what happened? He has to just to maintain some images, right? Of course, to show the people that, I am really a good Nawab. He said something, he said no. There are some times, I'm sure he must have complained or argued with the East India Company. Then what they did? They made Mir Qasim the new Nawab. Interesting, right? See how they are changing people. They are not thinking about anything, right? But what they're doing, yes, but what they're doing, they are actually changing the people. If you are arguing, okay, the next person will become the Nawab. So the same thing happened, and when the Mir Qasim, right, when he argued, right, of course, it was turned into a battle. Battle of Buxar, right? Remember this, everyone. It happened in the year 1764. We saw the Battle of Buxar, right? And of course, eventually, he lost the battle. And of course, Mir Jafar again became the Nawab. And now the Britishers are like, you know what? We are kind of going back and forth. Now it's time for us to take the control of the country. This is when they realized that they should take the control of the country. And they should have rules according to them only. So then we saw the formation of, the East India Company as a Diwan, right? As Diwan of Bengal, they took the power, right? And now they will be using the money that they're getting from the revenue to build their own company, right? Initially they used to give something to Indians when they are trading with us. Now they have stopped it completely, and now they have started looting the country. Okay, everyone, are we clear? Yes, very good everyone, very good. Okay, yes. So now this is very, now you can take a screenshot of this also. Yes, now this is very important, straight points from our textbook, right, that actually tells that after they got the power, right, they took the control of the revenue, they gave no taxes, they asked for the taxes, they were trading, and they were actually building their empire from our India's money, okay? They made the Nawabs their puppet, right? The Nawab is there thinking that, I am the Nawab, but the Nawab has no power, right? The Nawabs have no power. So whatever the instruction the East India Company are giving to them, they will be following that. They cannot question, they cannot argue. If they do that, they will be removed and there will be new Nawab. Everyone, are we clear with this? Yes or no? Aditi, no, the restrictions were there. They didn't allow much. Diwan means, so over here, right, the word Diwan of Bengal means someone there who's there at the power. Everyone, are we clear? Clear. Yes, who's there at the power or something in a, we can say a government body which have the control of the money, authoritative body. Yes. Diwan is more in terms with the administration power, right? A body, I would say. Yes. Yes, they are different. Nawabs are the individuals, right? They are the kings. Diwan, I would say, it's kind of a system that they have. Okay? Clear, everyone? So, in that particular time, there is no king now. They are just the governing body. Very good. Okay. So with this, everyone, we are kind of done with the syllabus, with the class, right? What the today's agenda. The last thing is that, so after the Battle of Plassey, this is there from the textbook. So I've just taken directly because it's very, very important. So the Robert Clive, right, who came to our country at a very young age, and he was appointed so that he can clear out the corruption, but he took lots and lots of wealth from our country, and then these people who are moving from our country with so much wealth, they start calling themselves as Nababs, not Nawabs, Nababs, Naboobs. Basically, they cannot pronounce it, but yeah, they are just making fun of it, and that's how they were addressing themselves. Okay, everyone, here's a quick question for all of us. When did the company get the Diwan right of Bengal? When the company got the Diwani right of Bengal? When they got the power? When they got the governing power? Right? Very good, everyone. After the Battle of Buxar. Very good, very good. So everyone, with this, right, we're kind of done. I'm just revising the things for all of you. Take a screenshot, everyone, first of all. Take a screenshot of this, everyone. Very good. Awesome, everyone. So what are we discussing over here? We started with the East India Company, got the charter, got the permission, right, from the Queen Elizabeth I in the year 1600 to have the trade, and they can do the trade in the East. Then they set up the first factory in the bank of the river Hooghly, right, in the year 1651. Then, of course, they got the zamindar rights over the 3 villages. Then we saw the Battle of Plassey in 1757, where Robert Clive defeated the Nawab, right, who was Sirudullah, right. Then we saw the Battle of Buxar between Mir Qasim and East India Company, and of course, in that battle also, Mir Qasim was defeated, and Mir Jafar again became the Nawab. After the death of the Mir Jafar in the year 1765, the company granted Diwani of Bengal, which allowed them to collect the revenue from the people, and do the trade according to their own will. Yes. Everyone, are we clear? Very good. See, very good, everyone. Zamindari rights means that they got the power to, basically they were ruling that particular village, right? They can collect the revenue, right? They were trying to control what is happening in that particular area. Basically, they got the control. Very good, everyone. So with this, everyone, we are done with today's class. Here is a timetable for all of you, right? It's a timetable for 6, 7 and 8 channel. Please do follow this, right? Take a screenshot of it. It's there on the channel also. So please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that all of you can access this. And we have always got you covered, everyone. So we'll be coming up with these classes again and again. So don't worry. Yes. Very good. Good, everyone. I understand that there was a little bit lag, and I understand that it could be possible that I might not have answered all of your doubts. So it would be great if you write your doubts in the comment section. I'll be replying to it. Yes, thank you so much, everyone, right? We'll be ending the class. And do take care of yourself, everyone. And keep yourself super safe and keep on learning with BYJU'S. With that, everyone, I'll say bye-bye. Lots of love, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night.